Hi, family. Today we are going to the next lesson of the School of the Spirit, and I call this lesson Seven Signs of a Person Who Was Sent into Your Life by the Devil. Please pay close attention to specifically this lesson because I've seen many lives being destroyed by the people that been sent by the devil, and those people allowed those people into their lives unknowingly, and they were put a lot of misery, let's say it this way, all right? So, throughout history, Satan has dispatched his most cunning demons to infiltrate the lives of God's children, to deceive, manipulate, and destroy even today, guys. It's happening even today. Many unwittingly invite these dark agents into in the form of people in their lives, not realizing it until it's too late. He will always send people into your life who seems nice on the outside, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. And their assignment, guys, is to pollute your destiny and lead you astray from God. So today's video, I want to share 7 signs to watch out for, so you can detect if someone in your life right now is actually an agent of the devil, sent to destroy you. Pay attention, because this message could save you from years of destruction and agony and pain, guys. So please understand that most of the people, the category I'm talking about, they unknowingly become agents of the devil, of the darkness. It's not like they like witches into your life sending. It's regular people that not submitting to the will of God. And in this world there is only two sides. There's only positive and negative, dark and white, only good and evil. There is nothing in between. So you have to understand, if those people are not aligning and not sent into your life by God, they were definitely sent by the devil. And be really careful with this type of people. I suffered myself, and few of these signs I put in here from my own life, my own experience. Let's say it was a painful experience, but I learned some lessons from it, and I would like to teach you some of those, share with you some of those lessons that I learned. So let's dive right into it. Sign number 1, manipulative behavior. People that manipulate. So this is their goal, their assignment. If someone close to you is constantly trying to manipulate you for their own personal gain, with little or no regard for your feelings, be very careful. Remember, the devil is a master manipulator. So you see those people, and everything revolves around them. Everything they do is to manipulate you, to help them to be on their side, to say, so you say and do whatever they say and do. Basically, manipulation. Anyone operating under the influence of this spirit will have no problem trying to manipulate your emotions or weaknesses to get what they want. Just as Satan manipulates situation and twists the truth to confuse people. Those under his influence will frequently try to manipulate you for their own gain, showing a little regard for your feelings or your well-being. So they do not care about you. As a perfect example of the Jezebel, if you read the story in the Bible about the Jezebel and her husband Ahab, she manipulated her husband into doing what she wanted. She was the type of woman that you either did what she wanted, or you fell out with her. So basically, if you don't do what they do, they will push you, they will threaten you, they will tell on you. So any little thing to manipulate, so you do what they want. All right. How many times have you been around people who keep forcing you to do things their own way? They never consider your opinion. In fact, they don't even want to hear your own side of the suggestion to them. They do not care about you. Everything is just one way. Manipulation may seem harmless to you at first, but progressively ruin relationship through deception and control. Everything Satan wants to do from those people is control you. So you will not succeed. So you will not do what God wants you to do. And you always under somebody else's hand, let's say, like pressure, manipulation. You may find yourself compromising on your values, boundaries, or discernment without realizing it. The worst part of this is the fact that sometimes the person manipulating you might be someone you can't easily break away from, like your parents or your siblings, for instance. But you must be very careful. Just because someone is your family member doesn't mean the devil cannot use them. So the thing is, you have to understand, these people, you can't really just quit on them because this is your mom, this is your pop. But you have to understand, this type of relationships, if they are not from God, you need to depart from them. I know it's tough. I've been through some of those, and that was really painful, really painful. A lot of my family members, we don't speak anymore. Not because I don't want it, because they consider me a heretic, or they consider me people that consider me basically servant of the devil. You know how religious are. So be very careful with those people. What makes person who or what they are is the type of spirit operating in them. It's not about family, guys. It's about who or what they are, what kind of spirit they have. Remember when Jesus, when mother and Jesus' brothers came to one of his meetings, let's say, and people said like, "Oh, your mom and your brothers," and he's like, "Who's my mother? Who's my brothers? Those who do will of my heavenly Father. They are my family. They are my mother and father and sister and brother." So basically, he put the spiritual family way more above your earthly family, your flesh and blood. It's actually meaningless in eternal perspective, right? What makes person who what they are, guys? Be careful. It's the spirit operating in them. You might be born into the same family, but each and every person has a completely different spirit. That is why your mother could give birth to 5 children. Each of them behaves completely differently. So be very careful about trusting yourself to people. Once you start noticing control behaviors, be very careful, because you might end up becoming someone you do not like. See, control, it's a really bad spirit, and you have to be very careful. Why are they doing it? What motives why are they using this? What motives they under, and what they're trying to accomplish. Okay, here we go. Sign number 2. Someone who deliberately keep sowing discord in your relationships. Have you ever been around someone who constantly badmouth you behind your back? Sometimes when you go out and hear about the types of things they say about you, it leaves you wondering if it's the same person you know, or this is someone else. See, the thing is, when you when you have that type of friend, it's just in your face, they're nice, they're saying all these nice things, but behind your back, watch out. They just saying all these wrong things. They have all this bad stuff about you. They passionately slander your name and destroy your reputation. To them, you don't deserve anything good. Whatever things are going well between you and someone else, they show up spreading rumors, telling lies, and creating drama to sabotage your relationship. Basically, they insert themselves into your life. They try to control who you friends with. So be really careful with people who think they know better, than you. So they think they know who you're supposed to hang out with. They jealous. Another thing is that they jealous of another relationships you have with another people. They want you for them. They try to control you and manipulate you. Why? Because the spirit influencing them wants to isolate you. The devil wants to use them to cut you off from divine helpers from God that might use might use to bless you. Let me tell you something that might hurt your feelings. Never ever trust someone who doesn't speak well about you in your absence. Be really, really careful about that. If you see that, depart from those people. In fact, what people say about you is not as important as what they say in your absence. A true friend is always marked by their ability to defend you in your absence. Basically, if it's a true friend, he will stand up for you and he will shut every mouth that's speaking against you. They can talk about all the positive things they want. They want to say in front of you, but those are not as important as what they actually say about you in your absence. As the matter of fact, if someone always comes to report to you about what others are saying about you, stop them and ask them what they really themselves said. If they say they simply kept quiet and listened, they just as guilty as those who spoke negatively about you guys. Silence is another form of consent. If someone can defend you, if someone can't defend you, they are also as guilty as those people that speak evil of you. Is that simple? This is the really simple. Jesus said, "Whoever is not with him, that is against him, and whoever is not gathering with him is scattering." So be really careful. This is either or. So be really careful about people who is actively saying bad stuff behind your back. Sign number 3, lack of empathy. The third sign someone is in your life is sent by the devil is that they lack empathy when you share a problem you're facing and they don't seem to care. Instead, they turn the conversation back to themselves. Do you notice those selfish people? If you have those people, be really careful with them. So anything, if you go through some bad season and you need support, you need a hug, you need a prayer, doesn't matter what you need, they don't really care. They turn everything around and it's all about them. It's all about what they go through. So they do not really support you. They just use you. For example, this person can clearly see that you're struggling financially, but they continue asking you to borrow the money. Or they watch you go through painful health crisis, but never check on you, how you feeling. They never text you, they never call you, just because, like Satan, they are incapable of love and compassion. So be really notice those things. If it's a true friend, he will always call you. If it's a real relationship, they will always check back on you, how you doing, what's going on in your life, if you need support. Those people, they incapable of it. They only right there when they need something. They don't care about you. Don't expect a cold-hearted agent of the devil to genuinely care about your well-being. Their indifference to your suffering is a huge red flag. They may even secretly enjoy seeing you in pain and seeing you fail. Okay? So watch out for number 3. Sign number 4. They make you feel that everything is your fault. I've seen those people. Anything's going on, it's all your fault. You want to say something to them, is it your fault? This is when someone makes you feel guilty or ashamed for not doing what they want what they want. Then you say, then you set healthy boundaries. All of a sudden, you are the problem. Sometimes I remember one thing when I allow one person into my life, and then I noticed that they are too close to me. When sometimes you get friends, and then those friends kind of crossing the boundaries. It's already personal, and they trying to be in your face all the time in your life, and you kind of start little push away. It's like, let me have my space, and all of a sudden you are the problem. All of a sudden they angry at you. All of a sudden it's all your fault. So suddenly you are the problem. They pressure you to they pressure you relentlessly, then accuse you of not loving them. When you don't submit or when you don't do what they're asking you to do. Remember, the enemy is an accuser of anyone who will follow this pattern. For example, remember Samson, his first wife, withheld. She whined and cried until Samson told her his secret. When Samson refused to tell her the secret of his riddle, remember that story of the Samson and the riddle? She began to accuse him of not loving her enough, and then he did what she asked. The aim of this was to make him feel bad, feel sad. So and he cracked and he opened up to her. Then Delilah used the same tactics. Remember Delilah? Nagging and guilt tripping him daily. She wants to know his secret of his strength. And you remember how Samson ended up? So basically, she said like, "You don't love me. You don't care about me." And then Samson got so tired of it, if you remember that story. And he said like, "Okay, here's the secret to my story. The guy, I've been chosen by God in my hair and so on." And he spilled the beans, and she cut his hair. And remember how he ended up basically with no eyes, basically committing kind of suicide to kill all his enemies and himself along the way. So that's what enemy wants for you. They want to use you, they want to pressure you, they want to make sure it's your fault, and they will manipulate your feelings until you do what they want, and then and you end up like Samson. I'm sorry. Sign number 5. This one is interesting. Toxic negativity. So it's always a negative and absolutely toxic. You know those people when anytime they text you, your subconscious tell you this person is, it's always something wrong. I remember I had a one friend. Anything, any text messages, any communication, it's never positive. I was shocked. This guy, nothing positive. Some people have a bad day. Most of the time, they have a good day, and you talk to them. But when they text you, you kind of gladly open the text message and read. I remember that guy was so toxic, so negative, all the time, constantly, for years. Anytime the message popped, sometimes, you see the person that texting you, but you didn't open the message. And I know this is the bad message. Soon as I click on the message, it's bad. It's all bad news. It's all about him. It's he feeling bad. He is sick. You're not there. And, it's always your fault. It's toxic negativity. Some people just seem to drain the life right out of you without the consent. Negativity, criticism, and discouragement just always following them. You feel anxious and depressed after every interaction with them. This is the enemy's strategy to steal your joy. Miserable people are not just miserable, guys. By nature, they often operate under the actual spirit of heaviness and depression. Don't let them infect you with their dark clouds. So be really careful with those people. And if you see those people, please just quit. Just get out of that relationship. It's not good. It's toxic. Sometimes people, I remember like, "Oh, I will help him." Sometimes we have a good intention. So like, and this person is toxic. He's negative. He's always bad, always everything bad. And you're like, "Oh, I'll help him." No, you don't, because he doesn't want your help. He wants to use this against you. He wants to use this to promote his own agenda. So be really careful if those people around you. I understand you be with him for a while and you try to help him. And if it's not happening, please don't do it. This person will bring you down. Sign number 6. It's flat out cruelty. Guys, I've seen cruel people. Oh my gosh. I have one friend. I'll tell you a story a little bit later. I had a friend like this, like really cruel friend. This goes beyond insensitivity. I'm talking about people who take pleasure in causing you pain and suffering. In extreme cases, the cruelty may even take deprived and twisted forms. For example, ganging up against you with a bunch of people, or even wishing you stop existing altogether. Even Jesus knew that some people wanted him dead. Jesus said in Matthew 10 that we should be as wise as serpents. So be really careful. You have to be simple as dove and wise as serpent. Just see for who the people are. The Bible warns us that evil men do not understand justice. Proverbs 28 verse 5. All right, so be really careful with these people, cruel people that don't like you, that really do bad things to you, that wishing harm to you, manipulate you. So be really careful. So sign number 6 is cruelty. People just flat out cruel. And the last one, sign number 7, threats and retaliation. They just, if you, I remember when I understand, I have a person like that in my life, and I try to depart from that relationship. Oh my goodness, all hell broke loose. You cannot see, another sign is like you cannot just quit on those people. You will suffer. You can't just Step away. You know, in a normal relationship, you hug each other, you say, like, we go our own separate ways, and that's that. But with those people, oh, you will pay. You will pay, pay, and pay. And then years later, they still reminding you of what happened, and they still remind you how bad you are, and they still talk behind your back. So even if you try to depart from that relationship and step away, you will pay a heavy price. I know I did. Last sign to watch out for is those people who threaten you with vengeance and retaliation when they challenged or exposed. So when you challenge them or you expose them, oh, they will show you their true colors. Once you begin to recognize their tactics and distance yourself from them, they frequently show their true colors through anger, threats, and retaliation, like Satan, just like Satan. Their number one priority is power and control. So your independence immediately triggers an onslaught of attack, meant to punish you and bring you down and bring you back under their submission and control. So this is their tactics. For example, some influenced by demonic spirits may stalk, intimidate, slander, or blackmail you because they know your secrets. Oh, they know. Sometimes you spill the beans. Sometimes you tell them how you feel and what you did, and they collect in your secrets. They collect in your bad days, and then they use that information against you when they think it's necessary. If you start to break free from them, they may threaten to turn your family against you, turn your friends against you, to turn anyone that you like and they like you against you. They may even go so far as harming you, harming your property or other things you care about if you refuse to bend to their demands. I remember one friend, one of my story. I said I exposed that person. I said, like, let's just go our own separate ways. But no, that person, that guy didn't take it well. And then next day I go to start my car in the morning to go to work, and all of my four tires like cut. It's been done in hate and anger, because usually when people cut your tires, it's when people vandalize, it's usually like several cars, or it's just like one tire. Who cares? Those tires been cut to nothing, guys. Somebody spent time, and by all these cuts and stabs that my tires, that person did it with a passion. It wasn't funny back then, but now it's kind of funny. And by the act itself, that person knows you, and he hates you, and he kind of punishes you for that. So that was he was like paying me back, because I don't want him in my life and controlling me. So watch out for people who collect your secrets to use against you later. They will try to find out private details about your past, your fears, your family problems, anything they can explode down the road. So watch out for people who are always like nice to you. Oh, please tell me. Just be really careful, because they collect in your secrets, they collect in your pains, they collect in your past problems, your family issues, and then they will use it against you. Trust me, you probably know who I'm talking about. Some of you might go through this right now. Watch out for people who collect your secrets, and they will use it against you later. Once they extracted enough information from you, they spill your secrets to leverage control in the relationship. They turn other people against you. So be really careful. Sometimes though, people think they own you, and sometimes they think they can control who you hang out with and who you can't hang out with. So be really careful. It's all about control. The main goal is undermining your credibility, relationships, and emotional stability in order to gain control over your life. Your best bet is to cut ties with them altogether. Don't try to reason with them. I know I did. I tried. It's not gonna happen. Or convince them of their wrongdoing. The spirit's influence in them won't allow self-awareness or repentance. The devil that controlling that guy will not allow it. Your safety comes first. Allow the Holy Spirit to lead you into all truth regarding these relationships going forward. People who demonstrate the fruits of the Spirit, love, patience, kindness, faithfulness, and self control, you will recognize them right away by the light and the love they exude. So, guys, you will see those good people that sent by God. You will see that love in their heart. You will never see control. You will never see manipulation. You only see good. You only see light. And if sometimes they just go even, how should I say that? They go against their own better judgment and like tell you straight, like truth. Sometimes they will tell you the truth that will hurt you, but they are real friends. They're not gonna hide behind. They're not gonna, sit idle watching you destroying your life. They will say you. They will say to you like it is. What's going on? They will not lie about it. So those friends you have to cherish. You recognize them by the light and the love they exude. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to get close to Jesus, not further away. Your close relationship should be life-giving and not toxic. So there you have it, guys. 7 signs of a person who was sent into your life from the devil. Okay, I hope that bless you guys. We'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.